Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast 0 minutes into the game, and I have forgotten on which server I am because I recorded this game 1 week ago and only now am I able to actually finish it. There was trouble when I was recording it, so my audio couldn't have been recorded, but I remained vigilant and tried to film the remaining of the game, so I won't apologize that I haven't uploaded it for the past 2 weeks because I knew it was going to happen anyway, and I did say a small warning, I believe. Well, it's been a while, so I can't really remember all that well. Anyway, videos now should be getting on the better hand. I should be able to make at least a few more videos. I'm striving for 2 a week. I'm in the middle of my examinations, which is bad, but it also means that I'll have more time for myself. I hope. We'll see. I'm not promising anything though. So, let's go over the teams quickly, shall we? As I am trying to time myself with the camera at hand. Because, well, I'm like a real caster now. I have my own cameraman. So, as you can see, Yasuo in the middle, Lee Sin jungling, Aurelia will be going on top, and we have a Blitzcrank and Lucian who are standing on top of a ward. So, good luck there, mate. Good luck there. Do not look at the mouse, for he does not know what he is talking about. Blitzcrank placing a deep ward, so he's trying to get a grab on, but it won't work because, well, they know where he is, so that won't be happening anytime soon. Then on the purple team, we have a Kassadin in the middle, a Misfortune who will be the AD carry, the jungler who will be Vi, who we can see right over there, and then the top laner Jarvan the 4th, not the 3rd, because, well, he's getting pretty old, to be honest. Support will be a Shaco. Now, we're not looking at him just yet because, as I remember, I was commentating that Jarvan the 4th had changed. He has more damage with his marital cadence, so hey, that's better. And I think the cooldown has lowered as well, so yeah, a lot more spanking with that auto attack. Maybe he'll be able to do some amazing carrying. And then, as I said before, a support Shaco on bottom. He was not going AP, as I remember correctly. He was an AD, and he gets pulled. Does he have Deceive ready to go? No. But considering Blitzcrank wasn't level 2 yet, he didn't have his power punch, his powered fist yet, so he couldn't really, well, CC him long enough to do enough damage for the kill. Because that's the power of a Blitzcrank, of course, grab and kill. However, Shaco will be able to deceive afterwards when he gets grabbed on level 2, so he should be fine. Unless, of course, he wants to go for his Shiv, in which case, more damage to you, but don't get grabbed, please. So, bottom lane will probably be the lane where the most action happens. The junglers are still doing their second buff minions, so they will probably go to the top lane. We'll see about that, though. Blitzcrank trying to be aggressive, but it won't work. Shaco has a fortified bush with minions in it, so it should make it so that nothing will happen. On the top lane though, we already see Vi converging as well as Lee Sin, so something might happen here as Misfortune is being a little bit more aggressive onto blue team. But considering that Aurelia is pushed onto a tower, I don't believe Vi will be able to do anything, and she knows it, so she is walking back straight along now. Lee Sin wasn't even there to assist, not that they were going for a tower dive. In solo queue it is relatively hard to pull off, especially considering that the enemy jungler is always nearby. People always go for the bottom lane-sided buffs first. Kassadin going rather hard, however that is a Yasuo, he had his shield ready to go. Then again, Kassadin had a small shield as well, but against the Yasuo that won't do all that much, it is a magic shield of course. Oh, Lee Sin now pretty close to go for a gank. Jarvan, however, not saying no to this. Wants to go for a kill first. Will he succeed? He will! First blood for Jarvan. However, this will be the end for you. He goes straight onto a tower. And the kill for Lee Sin. So, great play on that part. On the bottom lane, Blitzcrank getting feared a little bit. However, he walks away ever so gently. Misfortune, of course, she can... Oh, Shaco wants to go very hard here. Deceives onto the Lucian. Blitzcrank, of course, still low on mana. This was prior to the buff of Blitzcrank, in which the mana costs, of course, have decreased. Shaco going pretty hard here on Lucian, who will just use his Relentless Assault to make waste of the slow. Piercing Light coming through as well, however, considering Blitzcrank is low on mana, nothing will happen. A fair bit of trades on the bottom lane. And now that I notice that my screen is very foggy, I can't even see how many minion kills each opponent is making. I think it's 82 for Lucian and 31 for Misfortune, but I can't be sure. It's really hard for me to see. Should have opened it in another codec. Oh well, mistakes happen. Jarvan, is he going to flash? No. He will just Javelin toss, however, Lee Sin coming through. If he does one more Sonic Wave, he could go for a kill, and he wants to go for it! Will miss the Sonic Wave, takes a lot of damage for it, but considering that the Vi is still far off, she's spotted on the bottom lane jungle. Lee Sin could go for it, goes for the flash kick, will go for a kill. Will he be able to get away? He will! Oh my, that was 1 HP, probably. I can't see because it's too foggy, but that was underneath the 10 HP, so Jesus Christ, Safeguard saves the day. What's in a name, I suppose? A lot, apparently. Kassadin making way of that shield of the Yasuo. He won't get any gifts. So Kassadin doing quite well now against Yasuo. Of course, when he gets level 6, it's when the fun begins. Of course, it has changed a little bit. But yeah, he's doing well. I commemorate you. Yasuo early on isn't all that fun to lane against, and well, considering you're a Kassadin, you need to be relatively careful. However, he has been playing very careful, and now we can see the damages that a Kassadin is able to do. Burn on, my friend. Burn on. So, as I said before, level 6 Kassadin, it was a little bit bound to happen. Yasuo should have known it was going to happen. Ignite was still off cooldown for Kassadin, so a wise man would have walked away. Lee Sin lands the Sonic Wave though, goes for the Resonating Strike. A Rift walk away for Kassadin though. Easy enough, escapes with his life. Blitzcrank trying to find a Shaco, won't find one. Well, he will eventually, of course. Shaco, smart enough to ward the bush as well. However, that's not the bush where Blitzcrank is standing in, so Red Team still needs to be relatively careful for any possible rocket grabs. Though, as I said before, as long as Shaco does not use his Deceive, he is relatively safe for rocket grabs. Then again, Misfortune is not. She does have Flash. She does not have Heal. So then, we're 2-2, and I believe we're 7 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. Vi trying to counter jungle, that won't work. Lee Sin is so very close. Well, it's not counter jungle, Nightspectre, that was her jungle. So it was Lee Sin counter jungling there. Sorry for the mistake. Oh, deceive away, Shaco. That's what Shacos do best, but however, he wants to go in harder ever so slightly. Takes a beating for it, and considering that Lee Sin was very close, it will mean death for all. One goes down to the powers of the Lee Sin. Will there be another? A kill for Lucian, which is better, I might say. So, great play by the Lee Sin. Not too certain why Shaco wanted to go aggressive after using his Deceive. Well, primarily defensively, however, he wanted to turn it a little bit around. Jarvan for the dunk, won't work. Thanks to a great dash by Yasuo. Goes for the kill even! Jesus Christ, that shield is so great. The flow, man. The flow. It's everywhere, don't you know? So great play there by Yasuo, making something good out of a bad situation. Then again, that is what Yasuos do best. If they can knock you up, you might as well just say goodbye. Especially when you are a Kassadin. You're not the stankiest of members, that's for certain. Lee Sin is having a ball in this game though. I think he's 4-0. I can't be too certain, but I think my eyes are not that bad. Nice grab there coming through by Blitzcrank. Shaco relatively low. He is level 5, so he doesn't have the Hallucinate net. However, a lot of damage coming through on the Blitzcrank, and well, bullet time, baby. So a kill for the Misfortune. Shaco doing quite well in thinking that, hey, Blitzcrank isn't all that tanky, you know, and he wasn't. He doesn't have that many tanky items except for Adorn's shield. Whilst Shaco, well, he isn't that tanky either, but he's still Shaco. He had exhaust, he didn't even use it. He did use Ignite, and that was probably the downfall for Blitzcrank. Hallucinate, now ready to go. Misfortune trying to slow down the Lucian with Make It Rain, however, flash away forced, which is great. So Lucian will need to play a little bit more careful. However, considering we are almost entering the mid phase now, considering that turrets might begin to fall, it's not over yet. Now, Vi was spotted by Lee Sin, so he knows that he doesn't want to go hard. However, what he does want to do is go straight for the Vi instead. A great kick into the Yasuo ult. Pow pow, goodbye for you. Lee Sin, will he survive? Whoa! He does! Well, that was amazing. Lee Sin with the shield, and of course Yasuo with the wind wall, and now Irelia wants to go hard, however, not able to dash once more. Yasuo going for the flow once more. Is he going to get the kill onto Shaco? Lee Sin, don't you scaredy pants! He's exhausted! What is he going to do? One more auto attack might do it! Another safeguard! It might be a double kill! Or won't it be anything? It's nothing! They did it again! What? Don't dive with Jarvan, that will be a mistake of a lifetime. Well, goodbye. Nice play there by Jarvan, flashing out of his ult and then going straight back in it once the Irelia went out of it. So, great play. It is hard to tower dive at Jarvan, so, well, at least she tried, I suppose. But that Lee Sin and Yasuo, that's the second time in a row they did that. Just wind walling and shielding everything with the safeguard. Oh my, that was a nice grab. Immediate action there. Shaco forced to deceive and probably forced to go away once more. Well, he isn't all that willing, and I can't really blame him. He just got into this lane, but he might die. Forced to use the deceive as well. Not that the cooldown of deceive is all that big, but yeah. Oh, Vi is there, but she doesn't dare to go in. I wonder why. It's still a 2v2. Dodges away from the Blitzcrank. Well, Vi is having troubles into her jungle, thanks to Lee Sin, of course, who is playing godlike, I'll let you know. But that doesn't mean you can't go in onto a Lucian with your ultimate ready. That's just wrong. No, well, I can't be the judge of that. Jarvan again forced to run away, thanks to the ultimate of Irelia. And now Lee Sin and Yasuo again into the jungle of Vi. There's nothing she can do about it except ward the living hell out of it. Lee Sin, of course, has a warding totem, does not have the sweeper yet, but considering you are a Lee Sin, you don't want to go sweeper all that early, considering it's a free ward you can jump on. Lee Sin, because he is so far ahead, wants to go for pure damage, and he does that. Goes for an Elder Lizard and a Brutalizer, which is a smart idea indeed. However, he does not have the Sidestone. Kick delivery onto the... Oh my god, these two are just wrecking house! How are you faring, Shaco? It's actually the first time I see an AD Shaco supporting. Oh my, Jarvan wants to go hard, succeedingly so. The Tiamat doing some extra damage there. Goes for the ultimate. Kaboom, baby! Marital cadence onto your face, which is the passive of Jarvan. Well, Yasuo and Lee Sin want more. Of course, Vi is relatively low, and she goes straight down to the base. Safeguard away, survives it again. He is... I can't even see how much Lee Sin is, but it seems to be like... Over 6-0? I can't see it. It's a lot. You guys can see it. Be happy. Be grateful. At least you can see it. I think I'm watching this in 1080p, which is ridiculous. I should have used another codecs. Now, well. It's not the data that is important, it is the action, and we're getting a lot of it, so thank God for that. Blitzcrank trying to juke the Misfortune, but she does not want any of that. Using the Make It Rain to slow down the Blitzcrank, however, they do not have enough vision into the enemy jungler apparently, so they will not follow. Lee Sin is a very speedy bastard, so he can be there in the nick of time, as well as Yasuo. Oh. Well, he stole a little bit out of it. Finally spotting that pink ward. It has been there for quite some time, I think. Well, it's gone now. Those pink wards tend to survive for quite some time. Vi wants to go in hard onto the Yasuo. However, Yasuo is returning the favor, almost getting her. And it's not over yet. Lee Sin with the Sonic Wave. Follow it up with a Resonating Strike. We'll get a red buff for it as well. So great play there. Blitzcrank getting the Misfortune. Made it so that she does the Piercing Light. Exhaust, however, coming through onto the Lucian. Shaco does not want to follow suit. There is a Kassadin who can just riff walk over the wall. He will do it. Yasuo now in a heap of trouble. Forced to use the heal. Wants to go for the Misfortune. Will not succeed. This will be a double kill for Kassadin. If not... one for Shaco, but it is a double kill for Kassadin nevertheless. Lee Sin now with it going in onto the Jarvan, kicking him towards the Irelia. Special delivery, have a kill. When Jarvan says, hey, I have a Cataclysm, will she be able to survive? Yes, thanks to a safeguard and using her Transcendent Blades to heal her up ever so slightly. So that will probably be a tower for blue team, making it 3 towers into the game, with 0 towers for red team. It is a 5,000 gold lead. Vi trying to get to her, but she won't succeed. Irelia is a very speedy bastard, so if your Vault Breaker doesn't connect, or at least get yourself close enough to maybe use a brute excessive force, I don't know, then you won't be able to get her, is what I want to say. Hey! At least bottom lane is able to secure 1 tower, so it's only a 4,000 gold differentiation for now. 14 kills to 9. And I believe it's 13 minutes into the game or 12. One of those two. I can't see the difference. Dragon hasn't been taken yet in this game, which is weird considering how much of a force Lee Sin has been in the jungle. Forcing Vi to, well, play very careful at the very least. Vi has tried to counter jungle a little bit, but other than taking Lee Sin's Wraiths, not much has happened of that. Kassadin wanted to go in hard, finds himself the Yasuo though, almost forced to die. Flash over the wall into the Vault Breaker. Goodbye, guy. Blind flashing into a Vault Breaker. That has to hurt on the nose. That's like the speed of light of force into your face. And if that isn't lethal, well then I don't know what is. Science. Well, if teleportation is possible, then breaking your nose with the power of the speed of light. Yeah, that should be possible as well. Regardless, no science in this game, it's all magic. And science. Lee Sin finally making his worth at the dragon, getting a quick kill, even not needing to use his smite correctly. Well, who was going to steal it anyway? No global ultimates onto anyone in this game, really. Heck, you might say that Yasuo's is the most global of them all. Oh my, surround onto the Irelia. Of course, it is an Irelia. The Vault Breaker is dodged. She wants to go hard onto the Vi. She is, of course, very squishy indeed. Forced to flash away. That was a close call. However, a great kill for Vi in the end. It will give us some much needed experience and gold for her to pull through. She is going for an as aggressive build as Lee Sin, which is, of course, with the, well, changes of Vi. It has been a while since her, well, effectiveness as a tank has been nerfed down a little bit. Well, it was her damage that was nerfed down a little bit, forcing her to go for attack damage because the scaling has increased. It's just the base damage that has been reduced. Oh, Sonic Wave, that won't matter at all. Lee Sin for a quick kill, kicks the Kassadin away, but meanwhile on the bottom lane, there's an exhaust coming through onto the Lucian. It's a calling versus Bullet Time, and Bullet Time is the winner in the end with the help of Shaco's Ignite, probably. Yasuo wants to go dashy washy magashi, going everywhere. Well, there's nothing Kassadin can do, really, can he? He was kicked by Lee Sin, was able to return the favor damage-wise, but it's 2v1 still. He needs to be relatively careful, so his tower is getting a beating, that's for certain. That was weird. Why wasn't he knocked up? Well, why wasn't either of those knocked up? Oh well. Maybe that's why, because both of them should have been knocked up and that would have been silly. So we just passed through. Oh no, Kassadin! Woohoo! If I were Lee Sin, I would have clicked my Q, but he was probably too far away when it happened. And yeah, he could have rift walked into the tower, so it was a trap. And Lee Sin did not fall for it. He saw through it. Oh Vi, well that was a nice Vault Breaker considering, but not nice enough. Kick into the Irelia. And another kill for Lee Sin. I think he's 12-0. If I can see that correctly, then that guy is 12-0. That's amazing. They're already onto the inhibitor turret. It is looking rather bleak for purple team there. Oh my, that's a lot of damage coming through onto the Yasuo. One more rift walk will be the kill. However, Blitzcrank is there to force the disengage for purple team. Then again, maybe Kassadin might have been able to pull through. But it would have been very hard for him. He still had flash though. Oh, Misfortune finding herself in a lot of trouble. Will it be Irelia that takes the kill? Well, nice try, Blitzcrank. Nice try. I saw what you were trying. 17-12 now. Still, only a 4,000 gold differentiation. This is not over yet for Red Team, and they know it. If they can catch Blue Team off guard like they are doing now, they could turn this game relatively around, or at the very least, make it so that they can grasp ever so closely to, well, the gold where Blue Team is standing right now, which is 3,402... No, 3,030... I can't count, can I? 34.3k gold. There. I'll say it like that, because I'm retarded and I can't say 34,400. Which, well, it's not my native language. I can do whatever I want. Lee Sin, however, on the run. Will he finally die? He kicks a Jarvan away, however, there's still a Kassadin to deal with. Will Kassadin get it? No! Dragon Strike. By Jarvan. Thank you. Well, that's a big shutdown. 12-1 he is now, our little blind friend. With 3 assists, he did well. However, that's 500 golds into the pocket of Jarvan, and he will enjoy it quite a bit. He's doing quite well, Jarvan. He was the lane that was winning, of course. every lane wasn't really losing on red team's side. It was merely the Lee Sin that was keep getting stronger and stronger. And to be honest, Lee Sin is the only powerhouse on blue team. Yasuo has been getting a lot of assists as well through the power of Lee Sin, but still all the kills went to him. So that's 12 kills of 17 onto the Lee Sin's face. So if there's no Lee Sin, well then you just kill the rest, won't you? And that's another kill, another pickup for red team. So blue team being a little bit conceited there. Well, that's probably not the word I was looking for, but they are pretty much throwing it a little bit. They're still ahead, but it's only by 2,000 gold. So it's not over yet for red team, and they know this. They want to go for it hard. And for now, they're still not making any mistakes. Whenever they see an enemy, they know to not just blindly engage onto someone. They're being very careful, cautious. Which is a great way to play because, well, they are behind. And that's the third tower in the game for red team now. Meaning that the gold is getting closer ever so slightly. Dragon will be up relatively soon. In 1 minute, I presume, if I'm not that blind. So it should be alright. It should be fine. Cassin wants to farm a little bit, however there's an Aurelia coming ever so closely. She's very scary if she does a very great dash, because of course it resets her dash, and she gets movement speed thanks to the Trinity Force, so it's very, very scary. If an Aurelia is able to stick onto you, you will not be able to escape. Of course, Cassidon is one of those champions who is able to escape, but he'll still take a beating for it. And he doesn't want that, so an immediate disengage. Why not? Well, red team has a timer for Dragon apparently. 30 seconds left. They are trying to make sure that there are no wards, or at least no presence, possible for blue team. They do not know where Lucian is though, so oh my, look at that. It's the fight of a lifetime. Oh, guess whose attack speed got slowed down by Randuin's Owen? It is Yasuo's. Is he able to get the kill? Well, he is not. Goes for the kill, but will die in the end as well. Cassidon forced to flash over the wall, but he can't escape nowhere. Baron forced to attack there by Lee Sin, but Cassidon was long gone. Lee Sin, oh, there's Lee Sin. Then who forced the Baron? Oh, it was Blitzcrank. Sorry for that. Lucian with the calling, though, goes on to a minion. The popping minion gets the Lee Sin, but Vi is in a lot of trouble. Bullet time will not save the day, or will it? No, it will not. Piercing light coming through by Lucian for a quick kill. Misfortune in a bad spot as well. Will die like the hero she is, or the villain. Well, she's a bounty hunter. Oh, Shaco. No, it won't work. He already deceived over the wall there, buddy. So a great play by Shaco, making it so that it was a 4-3 in favor of a blue team. Still, only a 3,000 gold difference, which surprises me a lot considering how this game was going in favor of blue team. So red team still in this. Even though they're having troubles, I do believe their endgame is stronger as well. They have a much better comp. Misfortune, of course, pretty much the same as a Yasuo. If she goes for her bullet time, which she is not going for, considering she's going for a Trinity Force, so she wants to go for the one-on-one damage as well as the kite ability, which, as a Misfortune, you don't really have that. Shaco just saying hello. Just say hello. Hello. Oh my, Misfortune in a lot of trouble there. Gets slowed. Vi, will she be there to rescue? No, she gets knocked up before she can use the Vault Breaker. And now it's Vi that's on the run. Yasuo wants to go hard. Nice juke there, but that won't matter at all. Double kill for Yasuo. That was bad. And Dragon is live, so that should mean a free Dragon for blue team if they are willing to go for it. Shaco mistakenly wants to go closer to Lucian. However, in a 1v1, it might be quite equal. Shaco does have a Ravenous Hydra completed. The Lucian did not yet have his Trinity Force, so in a 1v1, considering that Shaco has a red buff as well, I think he would win. However, Shaco does not know where Lucian is, and is now on the run. And yeah, he is completely surrounded by blue team for now. Flash by the Lee Sin there, but a grab by the Blitzcrank onto the Cassidon is able to rift walk away as Shaco is now using his hallucination to make Lee Sin hallucinate. That's how you see a good Shaco from the bat, of course, as Blitzcrank is going to die to Misfortune. Did she flash? No, she got rocket grabbed, of course. That would have been silly. They need to run away though. The entirety of blue team is marching upon their position. There is a Vi as well, but considering that Vi isn't all the tankiest of persons, she won't be able to survive that long as well. So she tried to run away, uses the assault and battery just to walk away. So they did manage to survive. I don't think Lee Sin will go on to the Kassadin with the Sonic Wave. Well, the Resonating Strike. Oh, Jarvan isn't that weak, Irelia. You might be a little bit careful. Of course, her team is there to back them up. Shaco was there to back Jarvan up, though, so an equal trade, one might say. Lee Sin now pretty close at the turret. Blue team in a very bad predicament here. They're on the run now. Great Dragon Rage by Lee Sin, but that won't save you from the powers of a Kassadin. Riftvox straight for a kill. Wants to get another. Riftvox onto the Irelia. Will she be able to survive? She is stunning the Kassadin for now, but one more Force Pulse will make it so that she has pulsed away or forced to die. You decide. Kassadin still there, over the wall, wants to go for the Lucian, gets the Lucian, immediately melts him, and well, Yasuo, the only person remaining. He almost got the kill onto Misfortune, he almost gets the kill onto, well, no one apparently, except for Kassadin. Blitzcrank trying to save him, but that won't work. Blitzcrank on the run now, Jarvan with barely any health, but I don't believe Blitzcrank has what it takes to kill him, and an ace for Purple Team. So there you have it. It's now a 5 for 2. Well, a 5, of course, because it was an ace. But Red Team did very great in that fight. Blue Team, they were ahead, of course. They got kills, they were forcing themselves onto the inhibitor turret, but they stayed for far too long. They didn't get anything out of their initial engage, except, of course, Misfortune that initiated all of that. But they stayed for far too long. They were all on half of their HP. And, well, they paid for it. Really. Still, Red Team, for now, are in the lead. Most of the gold is still into Lee Sin's pockets, though. So, if they're able to kill him, they'll stand a far stronger chance than ever in team fights. Because the gold, well, I should say, is not entirely in favor of the entirety of Purple Team. Jarvan has 10, I believe, as I see correctly. Kassadin has quite a few as well, though. But so does Yasuo. So, in the end, the gold isn't all that equal in terms of well, the division. Wait, what? It's equally divided is what I wanted to say, but it's not. Oh my, that's a Cataclysm not doing anything. And now Blue Team is in a very good spot to go in. Shaco goes in a little bit too deep there. Does not get Rocket Grab because it's still on cooldown. Lee Sin taking a beating, but Yasuo going for the immediate kill onto Shaco. Another knock-up coming through. A double kill for Yasuo. Goes straight for the Jarvan this time around, but Jarvan is a little bit too strong for you, mate. Now Jarvan going in, forced to flash away, using his shield there, and the Renuan Zone, and that won't be enough. A shot down onto the face of Yasuo. Blitzcrank using the coin, but that won't work. Well, it's not the coin. Nightspectre is the Talisman of Ascension. Bugger all if I know. This is an inhibitor turret in a lot of trouble, and there's no bullet time to make waste of them. Misfortune trying to make it rain, but that won't work. Kassadin is unable to go closer as well, so he is forced to rift walk away from a rocket grab that wasn't even going to reach. But hey, you can never be too safe, can you? Did Blue Team, however, stay too long? It might be. They are getting slowed there. Oh my, Irelia sacrificing herself for the greater good, or is it a kill for Lee Sin at the very least? But a double kill for Shaco, and they're not out of the clear just yet, because, well, Red Team, well, Purple Team knows perfectly where they are. They're pinging onto Baron though, so that could be even worse, to be honest. Blitzcrank trying to make it go even faster by pulling the blue buff for Lucian, so he can just, well, kill it and walk away. Maybe protect Baron? He won't be able to. Shaco going in though. Find himself a Lucian. He wants a blue buff. Will he be able to get the kill? Lucian trying to turn this around. Shaco using his clone there. Oh my god, barely survives. He can't go for Baron. If he gets acid rain onto him, he will die. Well, he has a clone to fight for him, so he can do that at the very least. And try to regen. It's too dangerous, Shaco. You're doing more than enough with your hallucinate. So that's a Baron for Purple Team. And each and every member got it. And Jarvan wants to use it immediately onto Yasuo, who gets knocked up by the Assault and Battery. Yasuo trying to knock them all up again. But, well, it's not over yet apparently. Rocket Grab onto the Jarvan. He is able to survive. Uses the Renuan Omen to slow down the Lucian's, well, attack speed for the very least. Because he uses Relentless Assault to make waste of that slow. And, well, at the very least, as well, the Irelia gets a kill onto the Jarvan. But still, a 2-for-1. Though one Baron buff out of the game. And there we could see Jarvan once more. What a lousy cameraman we have in this game. Jesus. It's the only thing he had to do. He didn't even have to cast. Well, I was casting at some point, but then I had to stop. But I think I stopped at this point. It's all me now, baby. It's all me now. So a Baron buff for Purple Team. an inhibitor for blue team. So what will purple team do with this Baron buff? Because with this Baron buff, I do believe they are stronger now in team fights. Then again, it's single target damage against, well, single target damage really. Jarvan and Misfortune can do a great combination with they, well, make it Cataclysm time? How would you call it? Bulletclism? I don't know how we... Curse of the Sad Bullet Time, at least that makes sense, but... Cataclysm with Bullet Time? I don't know. Oh my, Kassadin doing a lot of damage there onto Lee Sin, and it's not over yet. Shaco spotted with the Sonic Wave. He goes for Shaco, wanted to go for Kassadin, but he rift walks away! That would have been a nice play, Lee Sin. It would have been a nice play. However, it's a Kassadin you're fighting, and getting into his rear is pretty hard when he has a blue buff and a rift walk ready to pop. And, well, a red buff Jarvan versus an ordinary Irelia. Who will win? Well, we'll see that later. For now, it's going to be a fight of your lifetime. Shaco with another kill. Now Yasuo dying. It's not over yet, though, as there's a Vi going mantle onto Blitzcrank. He gets slowed, gets knocked up in the air, and Vi now with a quick kill. She did use Randuin's Omen, if you can see now. I was wondering, did she have that item? The answer is yes, and she's going to be even more tanky as she gets herself another chain vest. What for, you might ask? I don't know. It could be a Guardian Angel, considering that Vi's are relatively squishy, and if they have a Guardian Angel, it means, yeah, go for me, kill me, or else I'll kill you. Oh, you killed me? Well then, I'll just survive again. So, that's a nice calling. Shaco relatively low. Well, relatively, that's a Misfortune Nightspectre. Yeah, that's why relatively low. I perfectly... Whoa! It's a good bullet time, though. It's not over yet. Lucian gets one kill onto the Vi, though. However, Kassadin gets the Lee Sin. But Lucian is going mantle. He's the AD carry. He's the carry. He's going to carry. Triple kill for Lucian. Great play there. Of course, he was ignored by most of them. However, he started it all. No quadra kill for you, Lucian. Look at him go. Ah! That did a lot of damage considering it's an AD Shaco. And that's a blue buff for Yasuo. Huh. Would have given it to Lucian, to be honest. Ah well, maybe he didn't mean to steal it. I don't know. I'm going to drink a little bit of water. The inhibitor has respawned for purple team, but I do believe that blue team will be able to destroy it once more. Speedster Jarvan though, trying to make it not happen. Oh, sorry, I was totally on the left there. So yes, inhibitor going down. Blue team, however, should go back at this point. And they do, so they're not being cocky anymore as they were in the beginning of this game. Well, actually in the middle of this game. So that's good for them. Dragon will respawn in 10 seconds, but blue team is at the perfect position to take it though. So I don't believe red team will be able to go for it. Unless of course blue team does not have the timer for it. In which case, go for it, red team. It's worth quite a bit of gold at this point of the game. Still, this game is relatively close. I love it. I love it. At first, I thought, yeah, this was a shoo-in for blue team. You have a fat Lee Sin. That's GG, pretty much. And, well, he did ruin the game for quite a bit for purple team. But they're not out of this yet, which is great. And now Jarvan wants to go in hard against the Lucian, and he will die hard. Will he, though? Well... he forced a flash from Yasuo at the very least, though I don't think he would have survived your red buff anyway, Yasuo. Regardless, that was quite a big blow there, considering that Jarvan is one of the most fat characters on blue team. Well, he is the tank as well, so that's not what you want. Shaco trying to, well, backdoor here, but a nice grab onto the Misfortune will make it so that another inhibitor turret will fall, as well as another inhibitor. Blitzcrank wants to grab onto the, well... he wants to do power fist onto the Kassadin there. Grab was still relatively on cooldown. Relatively is my word of the day, apparently. Oh my! Shaco going hard onto the Lucian. He will not be able to escape. Well, Shaco might die as well here. Nope, it's only the Vi. Shaco, that was a clone. You silly bastard. You tricked me there. You tricked me there hard. Never mind though, Yasuo needs to be relatively careful, because relatively is the word I'm speaking about now. And yeah, he is going to die. He's ignited. Well, a lot of damage coming through onto the Kassadin though. Forced to go into stasis. We have Jarvan. Will he be able to save the day? No, he goes for super minions. But Kassadin was able to survive all by himself apparently. I did not see him die, so my apologies. My cameraman is a dunce. A dunce boss. A silly Pokemon. I mean, it's a snake with a drill and it has wings. What is it, Dunsparce? What is it? It's silly, that's what it is. So, dragon's still alive. Well, Lee Sin could go for it quickly though, but they're not going for it. Well, considering there's still 50 seconds left for Baron, they could go for it, but then smiting would be, well, would be off cooldown, so yeah, go for it. Anyone, please, it's worth money. Lots of money. All the monies. Well, they're not going for it. Maybe red team, well, red team of course, I can't blame them for not going for it. Oh my, grab onto the Jarvan. Smite being used by Lee Sin, however. So that won't be a dragon anytime soon. Unless of course they just go for it. They don't need smite for dragon, as long as there's no one there of the enemy team who has smite. Well, they don't even need smite. They would just steal it with other abilities, of course. So then, 2 inhibitors down for purple team, but they're still surviving. Blue team not really taking any decisive actions here. They're just trying to make it so that there's nothing left into the jungle. But other than that, well, they're finally going for Divido, but she is relatively tanky now. A great bullet time gets everyone of the team. Lucian trying to do the same with his calling, but that won't work. Jarvan is quite tanky, you know. That's not Lucian, that's Yasuo. Yasuo making it so that some allies of a purple team are getting knocked up into the air. Will want to go for misfortune, but, well, will he succeed? He will! He gets another! But he won't get a third, as Jarvan just walks away. Trying to catch himself a Blitzcrank, won't get it in the end, but a great fight again for purple team. That was not an area you want to fight with as blue team against purple team, though. The AoE of purple team is better than that of blue team. Yasuo can of course knock up multiple enemies and then of course do a multiple enemy ultimate onto them. But that really isn't all that AoE-y. I mean, the stasis field of Blitzcrank is more impressive than that. Well, not damage wise, but at least it's easier to do. Of course, with a Lee Sin kick into a group of 4, that would be awesome with a Yasuo ultimate combined with it. But other than that, you do not want to fight in such a confined place with a bullet time raining over you, as well as a cataclysm to keep you there, as well as a force pulse coming through from Kassadin that will just ruin your day. Vi was there as well, of course, to make certain that the people were slowed in sight with the use of Renu and Zoman. And, well, her ultimate was used as well to keep people into that bullet time even more. So, yeah. That was a lot of bullet, and there wasn't that much time. But it was enjoyable. Another Baron being done by purple team. It's a purple buff, so they earn it. So, and their inhibitors are fully respawned, so after a while there shouldn't be any super minions left on the map. So with this Baron buff, red team or purple team could do something at the very least. Of course, they have the slight chance of getting backdoored. Lee Sin could do it. Yasuo could do it as well. But it would be a risky play. Actually, Irelia could do it as well. Oh my. Coin of the medallion. Talisman of Ascension being used there. I give that thing so many names. What, you don't want to go for Jarvan now, do you? There's a Shaco in the rear. Jarvan doing some damage onto Lee Sin. Well, that's Marital Cadence onto your face there. Percentual damage. Blitzcrank grabbing the Jarvan. That's dangerous. Jarvan, however, does not choose to go in because, well, it would be pretty far. My god, did he die quickly! Did you see Yasuo? Because I didn't see Yasuo. He disappeared immediately. That's Kassadin's damage in a nutshell, combined with Vi's, of course. Look at him! Just wrecking the house! That's almost his entire HP bar going down the drain. Could this be game for purple team? Well, there's still a lot of turrets to push through, but they don't care. They don't mind. Look at them going through. Ah, so that was what the extra armor was for Vi. She went for a Thornmail, which is very smart indeed, considering it's full AD onto the blue team. So yeah. So, talking about endgame comps. Ooh, yeah, goodbye, Shaco. Well, a grab onto the Irelia at the very least. She will die. Exhaust coming through onto Kassadin, though, so she will survive for now. Lucian flashing away will get knocked up by the Vault Breaker. Vi needs to be relatively careful of the Fountain Laser, but she will survive in the end. Lucian trying to do his best with the calling to make it so that purple team can't do anything more, but I think this is going to be game. The Nexus is open for the taking. Lucian wants it to go in hard, but he gets one. Gets a bullet time for it, but he gets one. But that is game! Ha! And in the end, purple team has more gold than blue team. So it all makes sense. It all makes sense. It doesn't. Regardless, I did not expect this, so GG for Purple Team, but I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Whatever does I'll do, whenever does I'll do it. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.